Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 2022 where, well, the last race was incredible, wasn't it? We won it with Fernando Alonso, which was absolutely bonkers. The first race of Season 3. Spoilers, if you've not watched it, go and watch it. There'll be a link in the top corner. But yeah, it was really good. Strategy was on point. We did everything really well. The video was longer than I wanted it to be, but I feel like with that ending, we had to get it done like that because it was just it was absolutely awesome. Facilities wise, then we have updates. Design center is completely done now. It cost us something like 30 million or something to get that done, but we are now max level, so we now have 20 engineers to help us with our development stuff. Factory, we can't quite afford that. That will be the next one we save up towards 28. Suspension simulator needs refurbishing, but we can't do that just yet because we haven't got the money. In terms of the cars, development in progress, if we look at current projects, we are developing an underfloor, a front wing, a rear wing, and new side pods as well. So plenty going on there. All 20 engineers being put to good use, which is awesome. In fact, we can probably say, let's go for, how long will that take if we knock it down to 4? 28 days. 26 days, 25 days. Okay, let's go 26. Add one more day to that. This one's nearly done, so I think we'll take the short-term pain and leave that on 6. We'll get these two done, and then we'll reissue some engineers over here. So 3 engineers can go onto that one now. Still going to take 86 days, but we're okay at the moment. In terms of everything else, nothing else is happening or so far. I was going to say thus far is what I wanted to say. In terms of the only upgrade we actually have is the suspension. Everything else is still number one. We haven't actually built anything else in terms of upgrades yet, so we are just depending on the drivers getting the most out of the car as it is. But we are going to go into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah, and it is right now. So let's go and do our performance targets. We'll get them done. We'll say we'll get qualifying position. We'll get we'll get both drivers in the top 10 or top 10, and we'll get, let's say, both drivers into Q3 because I think that is achievable. Finish position, we'll get both drivers in the top 8. We're not going to go for the fastest lap though. So we'll leave that one. Qualifying streak is on. Finishing position streak is on as well. Excellent. Right. I'm going to go do practice. All of that good stuff. We'll be back for qualifying. Okay, so we're back for qualifying. 96% confidence with the setup for Fernando. 90% for Valtteri. So not too bad. Both getting lots of laps done. Plenty of time. Plenty of stuff. All good. I think what we could do, I'm just thinking, is that we could go, because it's a power circuit, let's go for a completely fresh set of like everything and just see what we can do at this early stage with the car was performing so well in the last race. I'm sort of thinking let's maximize what we can do at this. It's one of the fastest circuits on the grid, so let's see what we can do, maximize everything we've got, which is, you know, new gearbox, new, and that's going to bug my OCD if I don't put that one in. Yeah, let's have a look. So start qualifying. We know that we can potentially get slipstreams as well in qualifying that could help. So is there, I mean, there's a potential that someone is going to crash early on, so we should probably go and set an early lap. So let's give Bottas some slipstream for the first one. We're going to follow Perez, hopefully get some slipstream off him as well. It's such a narrow circuit that there is very much potential that someone will crash and cause a yellow flag at some point. So I think setting an early lap in this one is probably pretty beneficial. Only 0.87 off Perez we were there, off the Red Bull with a bit of slipstream, which is good. Let's make sure those tyres are back on, and we will use those for our second lap at the end, although that time should put us safe. I think Alonso will need to go again just to be sure about what he wants to do. So, I mean, you can see there, we're sitting in 7th at the moment. I don't think anyone who's going to do slower than that is going to get into the top 15, to be honest. We may be okay, although there isn't. We've used that one set. We might as well use them again, although we could use them in Q2. I think we are... No, we are going to go for it. We are going to Right, so people are going now. So, what is it? 127. So let's send out Bottas, send out Alonso, and hopefully that then gives Alonso the slipstream this time behind Bottas. Nice and closely bunched up there. I'm expecting both drivers to get through pretty comfortably, to be honest, in this set. So Alonso is okay, 8th and 11th. It's not brilliant, but yeah, we're safely through into Q2. Lovely stuff. So into Q2, this time Bottas can give Alonso a little bit of a tow, potentially. I think we may have left that a little bit too separated there. But we've got the used tyres on to start in Q2, like we normally do, and then we'll put a fresh set on for the final lap, because they both hit Hamilton there on a corner. So they're not going to be the quickest times. No, nearly a second off Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. So we're definitely going to have to set another time here and hope that we don't get held up too much here, because this is going to be close. There's going to be a lot coming down to this last lap. I'm sort of thinking, do we send them out now with some slipstream? It's a risk. It's a big risk. Do I want to risk it? Because people are coming in. So if we go... Yeah, I think I'm going to risk it. Let's lower the time. We'll go onto the circuit just so I can... We're going to send out Bottas first, then Alonso. And hopefully I haven't balled this up. So that is a massive slipstream there that Alonso's going to get. So what we need to do is start our flying laps now. There we go. We've got a completely clear track. So we start our flying laps and we are across the line. 0.5. So not too bad. And we've caused a little bit of traffic for everybody else as well. As Alonso and that are in. Alonso and Bottas. So now we've just got to see how everyone else does. And Bottas is out. Is Hamilton going to set a faster time? No, he's not. So Bottas is knocked out. He's going to be starting in 11th. Fernando Alonso just edges his way through into Q3, which is lovely. We will start him on... I don't really want to use both those sets though. We're going to stump. I will take Alonso starting in 10th, I think, at this track. I think we're going to be in a good position here. So let's go into Q3 and try and get this done. Because, again, do I want to go and set an early lap? No, I wanted to set just one lap, really, but I don't think that's going to work. No, let's go into here. Just go to 2 times speed. Right, we're basically going to get as close as we can to a group in front, because we don't have our teammate doing the slipstream. We are sitting behind his old teammate though, Zhou. So let's see how he sets a time now. I think this is on the used tyre. There was a yellow flag there as well, which is going to slow some people down for sure. Yeah, Sainz. Oh, he locked up on turn 3, so he got really affected by it. Let's put a set on. Let's put that set on, and we're going to have to go again and hope that we absolutely nail this. Do I want a clean track or do I want slipstream? We're going to try and get out right. It's right at the back. It's Alonso. It's behind Daniel Ricciardo. What can he do here? Plenty of time to get that lap in. I'd like to see a little improvement from Alonso if possible. We go bottom and then we jump above Guan Yu Zhou. So it's going to be 9th and 11th. It's not the best. It's going to come down to strategy. Interesting to see that the McLaren's faster than us here, like generally with Lando Norris. Pierre Gasly up there again. Red Bulls, Ferraris, I don't mind. Mercedes, I think that's who we need to be challenging this year. We are quicker than both Alfa Romeos though with both drivers, which is good. Max Verstappen setting a 127.6, although in Q2, Charles Leclerc set a 127.3. So that's the quickest time of the day. No grid penalties for anybody. And now it is time for strategy. Right, they're saying something with hards. Now, I'm sort of leaning towards a similar strategy to what we did in Bahrain. Because I think you can make potentially medium, soft, medium work. I mean, quite easily, actually. If you pull that off, if you bring that medium... Do we want to end on the... I think we'll do it on the fly again, sort of like we did in the last race. But that sort of makes sense to me, right? A medium, soft, medium makes sense rather than going anything on the hards that looks so slow at this circuit. And again, I think we do the same for both drivers. So let's go soft. To start with, we'll go medium. Although we could go medium, medium, and then end on the softs with Valtteri for a bit of pace at the end. No, let's match this up. Let's get the drivers doing similar strategies, because the strategy for Alonso worked so well last time that I think we have to do a similar thing again. Again, driver options off the line. Let's just go push, push, push. We'll get some extra. We'll get 2 laps of extra fuel in the car, which is going to weigh us down, but I do like the fact that it means we can push for most of the race, or definitely in periods of the race. So, right, that gives us the hards if we want to change strategy at some point and see if we can drag out to a 1-stop. I guess I didn't even look at that, did I? I didn't even look to see if medium hards. I think a lot of people will be doing that, won't they? It says it's exactly the same time as the strategy we've currently got. It actually says medium to hards is 0.00... Wow. It's 0.001 seconds quicker. Yeah, you could do a one. Do we put Valtteri on a 1-stop? Nah, there's going to be a safety car. I think we start like this, because safety cars are going to mess this up. I think there is going to be a safety car. It's about 25 seconds for a pit stop, so lots to play for. Here we go then, Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah circuit. We are off and underway, and we're on board with Fernando Alonso to start with. And you see we've got 4 kilograms extra fuel, but on a power circuit like this, I think it's going to be pretty beneficial. It's a complete mix of mediums, hards, and softs. Oh my God, Bottas is up into 9th. We're up into 9th and 10th, so both in the points at this early stage. I mean, Bottas coming out of absolutely nowhere. Maybe he's on a bit of a mission here. I mean, we have to make these tyres count while we've got them. That is true. And I think what we're going to do is try and get into some clean air straight away. See if we can dive up the inside. No, we can't. Not yet anyway, but we are going to have a big long straight coming up where we're going to ask Valtteri. Well, Valtteri Bottas is making a move here, trying to get Pierre Gasly early on. We've gone with Bottas because he's currently in the lead. That's why we're driving on board with him. Let's get Bottas into some clean air. See if he can make a move on this big long straight area. No, I think it's the tyres are a bit too new to make that an effective strategy at the moment. But Bottas and Alonso both doing well at the moment. I think we've started this race pretty well. As I said, we've got to make these medium tyres be as good as they can for as long as they can. If people are going to do medium to hard or maybe medium hard soft, but if we can avoid that hard tyre because it is so much slower, I think that would be a good thing. As here is Valtteri Bottas having a look down this side. Is Alonso going to follow him through? Come on, Valtteri, you've got more effort than that in you. Right, you're going to have to get that done on the natural pace of the car and the tyres, chaps, because we can't push it too much more. Although Valtteri is trying to make a move, and he does get it done. Now Alonso has to get round as early as possible as well, past Pierre Gasly here in the AlphaTauri. We do really need him to make a move. So we're going to potentially give Fernando Alonso the old driving clean air command in a minute. In fact, we could push him a little bit more on overtake as well to try and get it done as we come around the big hairpin. There's a bit of a technical area here, but I feel like with overtake he should be able to push enough to get this done. In fact, we probably don't need driving clean air at the moment because he's not close enough, to be honest. So let's keep on pushing. Right, Gasly, Bottas, let's go back to interval. Bottas has got to stay within a second of Daniel Ricciardo when DRS kicks in on lap 3. At the moment, though, Alonso's struggling to keep pace with Pierre Gasly, to be honest, which is a bit of an annoyance, bit of a depressing that sight. But if we can get past Gasly, then Bottas and Alonso can work together with DRS when it opens to pull up and attack the Mercedes in front of them. As yeah, see, Pierre Gasly's just there. This is where I'll be expecting Alonso to really get on with that ERS. He's not pushing it too much. So DRS is now enabled. Let's drive in clean air. Let's get Alonso past Pierre Gasly. Come on. Come on. Really push it. Really push it. Make this move. This is where Bottas got it done. Doesn't quite have enough pace. Don't need to drive in clean air at the moment. You should be able to get it done here. Should be able to get it done up the inside. No, doesn't go for it, Fernando. Fernando, you're killing me here. You got to get this move done. You got to get this move done, buddy. Got to get it done sooner rather than later, because Gasly is going to lose pace to Bottas. He's already looking that way. Because I don't want to get Bottas to push anymore until Alonso's right behind him and he can drag us both along. But Pierre Gasly at the moment is holding us up, and it is proving frustrating. So we're going to get ready to potentially go into that clean air. Yeah, see, Gasly's going slow through these corners. He's not got the grip. Let's see if Alonso can just do it off his own. I mean, we're still deploying, which is a nightmare for us in terms of saving battery. Yeah, see, it's just that DRS zone there is an absolute killer. We're going to have to get it done on the start-finish straight, and we're going to push him and get it done, and then sit behind Bottas and use DRS to get us back up to those Mercs into DRS zones. We're going to have to use Bottas's battery to pull Alonso along. Right, this is where Alonso should be able to get this done relatively easy here. I mean, look at the power of the slipstream. It shows you how much we just drop off. Bloody hell. Okay, right. Drop that into neutral. Let's see if Bottas can drag us all. Drag us along. Oh, it's a safety car. Safety car. Safety car. Someone's crashed. Safety car. Safety car. Safety car. That comes at a good time for Alonso because he's struggling to get past Pierre Gasly there. So there is a safety car. We will ignore. We don't need to pit just yet. It's very, very early to pit. I mean, I haven't stopped commentating. I'm meant to be making these videos shorter. But, yeah, that's not happening, is it? So we know we have a safety car. Stroll, obviously. Lance Stroll has crashed, everyone. Let's watch it back. He's got DRS open. He's under a bit of pressure from the Alpine. Locks up straight into the barrier. Big crash. And, well, that's just Lance Stroll for you, isn't it, there? So, right, everyone's going to bunch up behind the safety car. That's not even out yet. There it is. Okay, safety car is coming in this lap. We got full battery of Bottas. But what we need is Alonso to make the move, really. Bottas is in a decent position to challenge. That looks like we still have driving clean air on. It does. Good thing I noticed that. Right. So, as we come round this corner, there's basically going to be a big getaway. So let's push. We'll set him into overtake, actually. Attack, push, get into overtake for now. And let's see how both of these Aston Martin drivers get on. People are trying to warm up their tyres still. We are getting into space here. We're waiting for the lead driver to go. Normal racing conditions resume. And it's a bit of a congested zone here, isn't it? But Alonso is having a look at Pierre Gasly. I don't know where Bottas is going out here. Bottas, where's your pace, mate? Where is your pace? He's managed to just... I mean, we're going to deploy. I don't think that showed hardly any pace at all. I mean, Gasly is fighting back at Bottas, which is an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. Come on, Valtteri. I wanted you to challenge the Mercedes up there. You're challenging your old team, Valtteri. Your team before your last team. You need to make it work. Okay, so Alonso did get past Gasly and now has been passed by Zhou and Gasly, which is very, very irritating. And he's struggling to really manage his ERS. I'm sort of thinking at this stage, a change of strategy for Alonso may be the best way forward. I'm sort of thinking potentially that. Get on, do the one stop and see how we go. But we'll manage it. We'll manage it as it goes round. Valtteri Bottas up in 8th. Doing a good job sticking with the Mercedes so far. We're carrying so much fuel that we're not burning it quick enough. And I think I've made the car too heavy. But yeah, we do really need Alonso to really start pushing these guys in front. We may go for quite a big undercut. I don't think. How many... They'll be doing mediums to hards. They might be doing hards to mediums. I'm just wondering, do we take some pain now with Alonso? Pit him, well not now, but pit him early. I mean, how early do we pit onto those softs? I mean, it's going to be... I mean, we could pit him really early. and still end on the soft tyre, but that's saying that it's not quicker to do that. It is actually, that is the quickest. Although it's saying that one stopper is quicker. It's slightly quicker. But the issue I've got with that is there's no leeway, and I know how slow those hard tyres can be. We'll stick with it for now. We just got to try and react to what the AI does. But yeah, I mean, Bottas is slowly losing pace with the Mercedes, although they're being held up by Norris as well, so Bottas may have a chance to make something happen here, but Alonso really needs to get past or get dragged along, but Zhou's not dragging anyone along. He's going so slow. Yeah, maybe we'll use this as an opportunity as Helga comes into pit for Alfa Romeo, but maybe we'll use this as an opportunity to harvest up for Alonso. I think that may be a good thing to do. Make sure he gets that battery as full as possible. Okay, we rejoin the action for Alonso, trying to go for a double overtake on both the AlphaTauri of Gasly and Guan Yu Zhou, his old teammate, in the McLaren, but it didn't quite work. But I think those hard tyres are now coming into their own now. There's like nearly 20% difference between us and the hard tyre runners because Bottas has completely dropped off the Mercedes. So I'm wondering, again, as I do, I wonder with strategies quite a lot, what we can do to make us faster here. What are the Mercedes? What are the Mercedes on? What are the Mercedes tyres? They've got one medium, one hard runner. So the expected strategies report circuit info expected. So if you're starting on the hard, you're going to go to lap 30. Wow, okay. If you start on the medium, they're saying lap 16 and then you'll pit. Well, 16 to 22, you'll pit and go on to the hards. I'm sort of thinking we're not going to be able to. If they're only doing one stop, we're going to have to do something drastic with a two-stopper to make the time up. Or stick to strategy, pray for a safety car. I mean, that's never going to go wrong, is it? Okay, we have a virtual safety car because Zhou had crashed right in front of us and taken out Sebastian Vettel. So it is a virtual safety car, which isn't as good as a normal safety car, but you do get a better pit stop. You do get a faster pit stop under virtual safety car. So I'm thinking, do we get on those hards now, or is another set of mediums, and then potentially we can end? Like, we could do that. Take the time now. I think we will. I think we're gonna mix it up with Fernando under the VSC. I think we are very tempted to do something similar with Bottas as well, but I don't want to double stack. Like, if we delete that one, get on the hard soon. It's a really interesting conundrum, this. I think we are going to do that with Valtteri, and then we're going to go, right, Alonso's our number, well, at the moment, is our number one driver, so you're going to come in for a new set of mediums under the VSC, which will bring him out near the back. I understand that. But what's the time difference here? What's the time difference between... Was that a crash? Multiple cars, I think. I mean, Alonso is...
Safety car, safety. We can take a look now.
Oh, it sounds like it's a full safety car, actually. Well, that was a rubbish replay, wasn't it? It is a full safety car. So we're going to get both drivers in. In fact, there's like, again, you might as well do all of this stuff because you never know when it's going to come in useful at the end of the race. But so a full-on safety car. Has there been another crash? Is that why? Oh no, this is it. So that's us there. And Zhou does that. And then Vettel just gets his angles wrong. And it takes out an AlphaTauri as well. So there is another... It's a red flag. The race has been red flagged. Oh my god, we've not had a red flag in so long. We're nowhere through this race. I've been recording for ages already. Now just take a look at the McLaren. So, right. I need to try and remember how to do this. Teams can make limited changes to their cars before the session restarts and may not serve penalties. So we're starting in 10th and 8th. Aha, right, okay. So let's... do we go with what we were going to do? Get onto the fresh mediums? Or do we make this our one stop and just try and get both of them on a hard till the end? I think that's a risk. Yeah, so the lap times on a hard is 1.5 seconds slower than a medium tyre. No, it's compared to that one, isn't it, that we've got on the car at the moment. So let's go confirm with car 1 onto the mediums. I wish you could, it's annoying you can't get to your strategy from here. There's no damage on that, which is good. I just want to make sure we didn't pick up any damage. So we're going to go mediums with Alonso. The hards, do we want to go the hards and get them done for 34 laps? Yeah, let's stick to what we... Oh, hang on, we can actually go and have a look. So those hards may make it. Mediums are definitely going to need another stop. Can we see what anyone else is doing? No, it doesn't change people's tyres yet, which is really annoying. It'd be really useful to see that. Oh, it's irritating, isn't it? It's irritating. I'm just really concerned that Bottas isn't going to make it. I mean, you have to go on to fresh tyres now, right? You have to. It'd be so stupid. Well, yeah, we're definitely going on to some sort of fresh tyres. Oh, it's already selected, so I can't... That's it. It's done. You can't change it once you're in this bit, okay? There's the new tyres going on.
We're set once more.
It's another race start.
We'll continue this race.
Wow, red flagged at Jeddah. Drama in Saudi Arabia. And we're away, and we're going to get these guys going again. Yeah, that's the only thing. No one got any ERS charge off that. So let's see what we can do. We're going to have to watch Bottas's tyres a little bit, because obviously he is... he's trying to get these hards to the end. I don't think it's going to be... So hards, mediums, there's a whole big change again of mediums and hards. Grid penalties or time penalties being given out as well, left, right and centre. Oh, Bottas, why did you back out of that? So Alonso sitting behind Pierre Gasly yet again. Let's see what he can do. I mean, Alonso can push on those tyres a bit more because we can just whack him on the hards if we need to at the end, although they are much slower. But yeah, not... an amazing start from our drivers, let's be honest. Let's try and get past Gasly, who's on the mediums as well.
You can use energy.
I think we're going to have to bring tyres back in line a little bit. Go on, Fernando. No, not happening on this lap, so we'll just keep it in neutral. Right, Bottas, standard tyres, because you've got to try and get to the end. And Alonso, we can push for a little bit longer. But what we don't want is for Bottas to lose time to the Mercedes in front of him, who's also on hards as well, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we've got Fernando Alonso past Pierre Gasly. As you can see, we're now sitting behind Valtteri Bottas as we get down the start-finish straight. It's taken quite a lot of energy to get that point. Bottas's tyres seem to be struggling a little bit. He's not really keeping pace with the Mercedes. I'm hoping when we get those upgrades done, it's going to make us generally quicker as a pair. But we do now have Pierre Gasly right behind us, but we're asking Alonso to charge up his battery because he's going to be getting the DRS off Valtteri Bottas. So we should be in a pretty good position right now. We're going to pit both drivers for new tyres. We're just going to have to try and react to see what other people are doing and maybe pit in front of them and go for the underlap, sorry, and try and keep an eye on their tyre wear and guess when they're going to come in and jump a few spots that way. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a bit of a guessing game at the moment with that red flag. We've got Valtteri Bottas attempting to have a go at Daniel Ricciardo now, who is significantly losing pace on Lando Norris, which is a little bit annoying. But we've been managing both drivers pretty well up to this point. Gasly's still just about hanging on our tail, but if we're looking from Alonso, we get a good battle, a good view of this battle between Bottas and Ricciardo. So 26 laps gone. We're in a good position. I just want us to basically get this move done on Daniel Ricciardo before our tyres are absolutely shot. I think probably going to have to bring Fernando in at some point onto the hards. I think that is going to be a change of strategy. I do think we're going to end Fernando on the hards, and we could potentially bring him in pretty soon and go for one hell of an undercut. Let's go for that. It's an odd one, ending him on the hards, but it is a change of strategy that we need to get done, I think. But at the moment, Alonso and Bottas both trying to battle and get past Ricciardo, who is definitely losing time to Lando Norris. And Bottas might have a look here. He's trying to go up that inside. Come on, Valtteri, don't pull out this time. That's it. Well done, Valtteri. Right. So Valtteri gets through. Now we just need... Let's get Alonso to really attack on those tyres. See if he can put Ricciardo under pressure. Go on, Valtteri. Keep defending, mate. He's not going to have enough. And in fact, he's going to lose 2 positions there just because of the DRS and the push. So Valtteri and Alonso having a go at each other. Now we're both looking at having a go at Daniel Ricciardo. And oh, Fernando, you backed out. Why'd you back out of that? He's trying to have another go at him. I'm trying to manage this on the fly as well. So it's not really good if one of us gets past. We do need both of them to get past. We're pushing the tyres now for Fernando because we know he's going to come into pit. Can you get past him here? Can you get past him? No, not quite. Oh, he's having another go. We've got the inside, went the outside, didn't quite get it. We should do it with the next DRS. We could actually get both drivers through in the next DRS zone. As Alonso's wing is open, he's going to have a look. Can't quite make it work, but I think when we get round the big hairpin and then down the start-finish straight, I think both drivers will get Daniel Ricciardo this time. Is Gasly hanging on? Gasly's hanging on as well, which is very irritating. Right. So, if Alonso can get him done... I don't know who's going to have the... who's going to get the DRS off this zone here. Oh, it is Daniel Ricciardo as well, which is really irritating. And I think Fernando has just blocked off Valtteri Bottas from making that move, which is very irritating. But you can't win them all. Right, we've got to keep attacking as Daniel Ricciardo gets that spot back. I mean, it is the gap's 2 seconds up there now to Lando Norris. So, yeah, not sure. I'm assuming everyone else is going to pit again. I mean, 75% tyres can definitely make it to the end, but anyone on mediums is going to have to pit again. Bottas could make it to the end, but I think we've ragged his tyres so much we might as well make an effort with them again now. And then he's going to have to end on the mediums, but what we don't want is Alonso dropping off. I mean, last lap's 1:33.8. Ricciardo did a quicker lap than us last time. I guess we were fighting a little bit too much, to be honest, but yeah, this is going to be a really interesting end to this race as well because of that red flag. It's going to be really, really interesting as Bottas still having a look at Alonso trying to take on Daniel Ricciardo. And Alonso has just got past Danny Rick, but I think he's going to get him back because of the DRS. It's very, very irritating when this happens. Alonso is trying to push. This is actually Alonso's pit lap, so we're going to get him to use whatever he's got in that car because he'll be coming into pit now and hopefully do the world's biggest undercut. Hopefully. I said underlap before, didn't I? I meant undercut. Yeah, he's going to be pushing everything he can. I do need to try and... Oh, Fernando's actually through, which is awesome. So, hopefully he can put a bit of space there and we can get Bottas to be dragged around by Daniel Ricciardo. If I was thinking about it more sensibly, I could have put Valtteri onto sort of relaxing his tyre wear and he probably would make it to the end. Because Danny Rick's also on hards, isn't he? But he's got like 10% more hard tyre left. Yeah, okay. I think we get Valtteri onto those mediums. I think you've just got to gamble at this point, right? You've got to gamble something. So I think we pit Valtteri. Yeah, we'll get Valtteri onto those tyres as well. We're going to ask him to push. He may have an accident where we're asking him to push, but I think we need to try and do everything we can because Alonso is making some space to Danny Rick-ish. As in, he had a DRS zone and didn't get round him. So, yeah, Alonso is going to be coming in this lap. It's going to be tense. Right, so here comes Fernando Alonso in for a pit stop. Valtteri Bottas making a move on Daniel Ricciardo. Is he going to get it done? No, not quite. Not quite. But Alonso in needs a very good stop. Going onto the hard tyre to finish. He's going to come out right near the back. But he is on that hard tyre and can push it for quite a lot at the end of this race. So let's see where he's going to come out. He's going to come out right at the back. There's got to be some other pit stops happening at some point though. So I think what we do is we get him to really push. I mean, he is really pushing with everything anyway. But yeah, Valtteri Bottas still right on the back of Daniel Ricciardo again. We can try and get him to use some things up and push. So Alonso, we need to be seeing some good, well, a good, not an outlap. We'll look in a minute after that. But Alonso stops. He's done all of his strategies now. Hopefully it's a huge undercut. I mean, Perez will have to pit again. And this has put us to the lead of 22 seconds. So if we can make some time up, it's going to be really, at the end of this race is going to be really interesting. Okay, so Fernando Alonso has just set the fastest lap on his new hard tyres, which is really interesting. And he's catching up to these back markers, which means he's going to get DRS off them, which will pull him along nicely as well. And I think we've set his tyres up so that he can just stay on these sort of settings until the end, which is pretty good. Valtteri Bottas is optimal is the word I'm looking for. Pit window comes in, and we've got a spare set of hard tyres, soft tyres that we can use if there's a safety car. And he has got past Daniel Ricciardo as well, so he can really push. In fact, where we're getting him to push, let's cancel that pit stop, and we're going to keep him out pushing these tyres for as long as he can, basically. Because where do we have to get? Let's delete that one, add new stint, mediums. If we push those tyres around there, okay. So Valtteri can keep pushing for as long as he can to try and put a gap between him and Daniel Ricciardo. And Alonso now is in a very good position behind these cars. He just needs to clear this traffic as quickly as humanly possible. And because to the leader, 21 seconds behind the leader. So, I mean, it's a pit stop, basically. It's a pit stop. So it's going to be very interesting. I'll probably manage a bit of Alonso with ERS to try and get him past this group. So Bottas does his pit stop. He is on to some fresh medium tyres, which hopefully he can push as well. We're going to have both of our cars at the back, but yeah, other people have to pit. They have to. There's no way all of those cars can get to the end. On what they've got at the moment. So Bottas should catch Alonso. Alonso is struggling to get past these guys, but we're harvesting up at the moment. And then, I mean, to the leader now, we've got 23 seconds. So we have been caught behind these guys. We do need to pass them, actually. Alonso needs to make that happen pretty sharpish, to be honest. Let's try and get Bottas right behind us, and then hopefully DRS each other all the way through to catch the leaders. But in terms of tyre wear, 44%. They've got to pit. They have to pit again, these medium runners. They have to. Okay, so we've come back. Alonso has overtaken Schumacher. He's got right on the back of Tsunoda. Bottas is also up here as well. He actually just got closed the door on him by Schumacher. But both drivers in a pretty good position once again. And yeah, we just need to cut through this field before everyone else starts taking their pit stops. We've got them all set up. They can push their fuel till the end. The tyres are okay. Everyone should be on track for what they need to do, to be honest. Alonso could even push his a little bit harder. Maybe Bottas as well. He's going to have a little bit of time and tyre left. But 14 laps to go. It's not looking amazing for us for points at the moment. But again, I'm still thinking everybody, maybe not everybody, but a majority of those medium tyres will have to pit again. So, yeah, we just need to get a move done here. Alonso looking around the outside. No, can't quite get it done. And annoyingly, this is where we would want to push our battery. But we don't have any left because we need the next charge. Oh, there we go. Albon pits. Albon pits in. And he was a medium tyre runner. So there you go. There's some things happening there as Alonso now looking back here. Bottas needs to get this done. So we're going to put him into overtake. See if he can make something happen. It's such a... In fact, there's not much point in doing it here because you're not going to get anything done. So Albon comes into pit, comes out on soft tyre. So he's going to have a lot of pace at the end. That's the other thing. Everyone that does pit is now going to come out onto the soft tyre. So it is going to be a little bit congested. Maybe it's an Aston Martin doing a bit of a Ferrari here with the strategy. But it's not been ideal. But yeah, we've been stuck behind this traffic. That was always going to be a bit of an issue, I guess, that I didn't think about. But there's still time. There might even be a safety car. Who knows? Okay, Alonso has got through now. He's into 13th and should be able to make some pace here. We're going to need to get him to deploy his battery to try and pull away. Bottas has got past Schumacher and now has Vettel and Tsunoda to deal with. It's going to be a big ask for Alonso to close some gap, but with fresh air and fresh tyres, or fresher tyres, he should be able to make some speed up here in the last sort of 10, 11 laps. So Perez, here we go. People are pitting. People are now pitting. So Perez is in on the mediums, going on to softs, I imagine. We are 25 seconds off Perez. So basically a pit stop, I think. That's what I said, isn't it? Time considerations. 25 seconds is the average pit lane moment here. So we really need both drivers to get this going, basically, and close this gap. And Alonso in this sort of free air should be okay. Bottas needs to get past these guys. We're going to have to ask him to push his tyres a little bit more. But yeah, so they are medium runners. Hauger also comes in. Who else is on the mediums here? We've got Magnussen, we've got Gasly. Oh, okay, so we've jumped. Alonso hasn't quite jumped into the points, but Gasly and Magnussen are both going to have to pit. So I would take points. I think we've messed this up a little bit, so I would definitely take points just in this race. Come on, Bottas. You've got to make this... I know deploy is mainly for hot lap, but it does make the car go the fastest it can while depleting the most battery. Oh, Bottas always pulls out. He's got low aggression. Really does mess those up, and he's put a huge gap between him. I don't think Bottas is going to get in the points, but Alonso should with other people pit stopping. I mean, a safety car now for us to go onto soft tyres would be huge. Okay, 8 laps to go. We have Alonso and Bottas into good positions. Gasly and Magnussen are pitting. So Alonso's up into 10th and chasing down Esteban Ocon, who is on slightly more worn tyres than us. The way we've been pushing our tyres, we've worn them very, very hard. But Bottas is still trying to fight Tsunoda. Bloody get past him, you muppet. Come on. You should be able to get past Tsunoda well easily, Valtteri. You were dominating like these sorts of drivers when you're at Alfa Romeo. Do it in an Aston Martin, please. 8 laps to go. Alonso, we could just sit in the DRS for a while. Ease off the tyres, actually, because we know that we're going to need those come the end of the race. Tsunoda's 5 seconds behind us, which means Bottas is like 5 seconds behind us. And Bottas has now just been passed by Vettel as well. Bloody hell. Go on, get it back, get it back. Now you should have that DRS to make something happen here. I know your ERS is empty, but just sit behind him, get that DRS on the next lap. Alonso's got past Ocon while on harvest, which is amazing. I'm expecting Ocon to get back at him, to be honest. I think we'll even save the tyres a little bit there. Although Hamilton's not too far in front. So I'm expecting us to lose a position here. Bottas needs to get this done. Right, now Bottas, you need to really catch up with us. Yeah, there goes Ocon again. He's getting the better exit with the DRS. Sorry, it was Vettel on Bottas and Ocon and Alonso. There you go. But yeah, we are still harvesting and stuff. I'll take Ocon on the last lap. I don't mind that if we harvest up and stay within a second. That's all we need at the moment. Maybe we have to do that for Bottas as well with Tsunoda just to make sure he can get to the end. That would be ideal. Okay, Alonso passes Ocon, and we're going to leave him on deploy so that he can hopefully push away. I don't want to push the tyres too much. We're asking a lot of them. Bottas still struggling. I know we're on harvest, but still, he should in the position. He backs out of everything. Bottas. He needs to be really certain he's going to get the job done, and then he sticks to it. But come on, Valtteri. You're playing for your place here. We've given you quite a big contract to make this better, and you're not impressing at the moment. Okay, with manual ERS and getting DRS and manually telling to drive in clean air, we've eventually got Valtteri Bottas past both those drivers, although Tsunoda may have him here. So we're going to have to deploy whatever battery we've got. Tsunoda's going to take us here, isn't he? Because he's going to have the DRS. But, right, Alonso is right on the back of Hamilton now, so he's put himself into a great position for a few more points. Bottas is holding off Tsunoda just, which is good. Let's no, I don't want to really use any of that at the moment. I just want to keep you there so that we can try and do a last minute gasp. But Alonso driving an absolute dream here, now on the back of Hamilton, dropping Ocon completely. Alonso could rescue us some decent points out of this race, which has been a bit of a shit show, to be honest. 4 laps to go. 38% tyres there, 38, 34, so that, yeah, they did a one stop. We basically went onto hards and then pushed them hard, which has sort of worked out for Alonso. But, yeah, Bottas, 45% mediums. He is in front. How far is he off Ocon? Because Ocon is the points, so 4 seconds. That's going to be tough to bring back. Tsunoda is just about getting DRS. We may have to get Bottas just a push for the final few bits, as Alonso having another look at Lewis Hamilton here. I think if he gets him here, it could backfire ever so slightly, because you're going to come into this DRS zone. But I never know where the detection points are. I think they're just down here. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton is going to get DRS, but doesn't quite make it work. Okay, Bottas is through, and Alonso is through. Can he keep Hamilton behind him? Looks like he can. 4 laps to go. This is a battle of the worn tyres and the veterans. We tried to sign Hamilton, he turned us down, so hopefully we do get the points over him there. Right, let's see if we can break that 1 second gap to Hamilton and get him out of DRS, which would be very, very helpful. Bottas, you push, mate. You push with whatever you've got in your locker, because if you can catch Ocon, you might overtake him. Alonso, half a second ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That's going to come down, though, because Hamilton is probably going to get DRS somewhere along here. He should do. But yeah, it's been a really interesting race. Just not as good as I would have liked, but yeah, pretty. It's not bad, is it? 8th and 11th, I think, is where we started 9th and 11th. I think we started. So Bottas stays the same, and Alonso gains 1. We still can't just drop Hamilton from that DRS, which is infuriating because he's going to get it back in a minute. But yeah, 3 laps to go, and we're trying with everything we've got to make a difference here. As Hamilton could get us on this start-finish straight. Let's stay with it. He moves over, has a little look. Yeah, the DRS, the power he's got, he is going to get it done. But if we can stay with him, we're going to be in a good position to get him on the next lap, or maybe on the last lap as well. But Bottas is struggling and not going to do too much from here. But Alonso is firmly in the points, it looks like. We'll just have to let's sit behind him and charge up a little bit, to be honest. So the leaders are starting their last lap. We have just overtaken Lewis Hamilton on the corner. He is going to have DRS now, but I'm hoping that with our deploy as we come around these corners, we'll have just enough to get our nose in front, which we do. Bottas, by the way, has put in a monster effort to catch up to Gasly and Ocon, although Gasly may have just overtaken him actually because of those soft tyres. But let's get everyone to really push it. Last lap, innit? Last lap. Yeah, Gasly overtakes Bottas, but Bottas did put a bit of a monster effort in to close the gap to Ocon. But Alonso is now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. We overfueled the cars loads, and the safety cars and the VSCs didn't help. But yeah, we need to really push this now. There's 1 lap to go. Looks like a Ferrari 1-2, although Verstappen in a battle with both of them at the moment. Norris is going to get 4th, Perez 5th, Russell, Ricciardo 6th and 7th, Alonso in 8th, which is good for us. We have put a bit of a good gap between us and Hamilton as well. And Bottas is still fighting with Pierre Gasly with 30% tyre. Yeah, Gasly on the softs. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough to get Gasly into the points going onto those soft tyres at the end. But there we go. It's a Ferrari 1-2. Verstappen 3rd, Norris 4th, Perez 5th, Russell in 6th. Ricciardo's going to cross the line in 7th, just in front of us. And Alonso, as long as we can hold off Hamilton around this corner, is going to come home in 8th, which it looks like he's going to do. Good result for Alonso. I'm happy with that. He does cross the line in 8th. Hamilton 9th. Ocon is going to get 10th. Gasly gets 11th. Bottas in 12th. And yeah, good points for Alonso. Not so much for Bottas. I can't argue too much. I think that the early safety car put a bit of a spanner in the works. And then would it have been beneficial to stay out for a 1-stop with Bottas? Not too sure. So there's the confirmation then. Ferrari getting a good 1-2. Verstappen not really helped out by Perez in this one, but it's a 3 and a 5 for Red Bull. Mercedes in 6 and 7. Norris doing really well with his McLaren. Alonso up 1 into 8th. Valtteri Bottas drops 1 into 12th. So it's not been a fantastic start for Valtteri at his Aston Martin career, but overall I can't really complain. Fernando Alonso still sits in 3rd place in the drivers, and in the constructors we sit in 3rd place ahead, 2 points ahead of Mercedes, which is good to see. Alfa Romeo really struggling this season, but when your drivers are Lance Stroll and Hulbert, you are going to struggle. So I think we can say at the moment Valtteri Bottas is sort of letting us down a little bit. Filip Drugovich has 2 points to invest somewhere. Let's go for accuracy, or do we want pure pace? No, let's go accuracy. Put them both into accuracy for now. I wonder if we've got points for anyone else. Bottas also has a point. Let's put that in. I wish I could change his just aggressiveness, but we can't do that. So should we go overtaking? We'll get him to an 85 in overtaking. Fernando Alonso also has one as well, so we'll get cornering up to an 86 for him. Lovely stuff. Do any of our staff have points? No. Okay, that was worth looking at that. Post-race, a difficult race. The board watched the race at Jeddah and disappointed. The team performed below expectation. I think they just want both drivers to get in the points. I think that's what they want. Calendar-wise then, what have we got coming up? We have a design complete, so we're going to be able to build a new rear wing. And then we have, the Australian Grand Prix. We're going to have new side bods finished then as well. And new regulations vote is going to be proposed for that one. And then we get, research period opening, a new front wing coming as well. That's just before the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. So plenty to look forward to. Hopefully the car will perform as well. So if we just go car analysis, look at where we sit. Low speed cornering, we're one of the best. High speed cornering, I say one of the best. We're 11th and 12th on the grid. I'm hoping that the upgrades that we're bringing are going to make a big difference. I don't know how we can see what that difference is going to be, but we can't at the moment. But hoping that the rear wing will give us a brand new value. Because when you press E here, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually show you what your value is compared to the rest of the grid. There we go. It does work when I do it on here though. So it's going to push us to the 10th best for top speed. So 10th and 11th there, which is good. 9th best for low speed and high speed, which is good. Oh, hang on. Car 1, car 2. Car 1, car 2, car 1. There we go, So acceleration's still not going to be amazing. That's what we're going to need to focus something on next. But this is just the rear wing. So when we get our side pods done, that's going to help with a little bit of acceleration. But it will help our top speed. The upgrades we're bringing should be... that's not what I wanted to do. Research, front wing. Edit project. I literally just did it. So that's bringing... Okay, we're getting a few good, and then the underfloor I think is going to be the big one that really helps us out. That drops quite a lot of things down, to be honest. So, the sooner we can get some engineers on that, the better, and then keep those parts coming. Right, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one, where it will be the Australian Grand Prix. See you in a bit. Cheers.